Hi, welcome to Holistically Fit and Healthy. I'm Cara, and I'm a wife, a mom, teacher, and a certified integrative holistic health coach. I own Holistically Yours Health and Wellness, and I have additional certifications in behavioral analysis, detoxification, and hormone health. I love all things health and fitness, but you won't find any fad diets and magic pills here. Join me as we achieve wellness that nourishes your mind, body, and soul. I'm thrilled to be your guide on this journey toward a happier, healthier you. So get ready to discover how eating healthy can be simple and delicious, and how making realistic, sustainable shifts will empower you to achieve all of your health goals. From creative ways to incorporate more whole foods into your diet, to finding joy in movement and practicing mindfulness, I'll share practical tips, insights, and recipes to help you thrive. Together, we will navigate the confusing world of nutrition and empower you to take control of your health. Whether you're looking to lose weight, decrease inflammation, boost your energy levels, or simply feel better in your own skin, I am here to support you every step of the way. So if you're ready to embrace a holistic approach to health and wellness that's both delicious and fulfilling, let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to the show. I'm so glad you're here with me today. If you're a busy, overwhelmed mom who's wondering, why am I still so tired even after a full night's sleep? You're absolutely not alone, and you're definitely in the right place. Because today we're digging into one of the most frustrating and misunderstood parts of midlife, chronic fatigue. I'm talking about that bone deep, foggy brained, I can't think straight without another coffee at 3 p.m. kind of tired. We've all been there and we've all felt it. And this episode is all about uncovering why you're feeling that way, even if technically, in air quotes here, you're doing everything right, and giving you practical, doable strategies to start feeling like yourself again. So grab your tea, your laundry basket, or your car keys, and let's dive in. So first, we're going to start with why you're so tired, even when you're getting the recommended amount of sleep every night, right? You're busy, your life is full, but there's something deeper happening here, and that's what we all need to understand. Especially if you're in your late 30s or your 40s, you're heading into perimenopause, and your body's going through major hormonal shifts. That directly affects your energy levels. So after working with my clients, I've kind of compiled a list of the three biggest root causes that I have seen within my clients who are in that age range, right? They're between 30 to 50 years old, most of them. And one of the major complaints that I hear from almost everybody is that they're tired. And they're not just like tired one day and have energy the next. They feel like they're chronically tired. So today we're going to talk about the three biggest causes that I've seen recently. So the first cause, has to do with your hormones, and it has to do with cortisol and cortisol dysregulation. We all know, or most of us know, that cortisol is your stress hormone, and it's supposed to be high in the morning to help you wake up. People think about cortisol and they think about stress and how bad stress is, and they instantly label cortisol as bad, but your body needs cortisol to function. It doesn't become something, bad or horrible for you until you are in like a cortisol overload. When your body is living in fight or flight for too long and your cortisol levels are too high for too long, that's when it negatively impacts your body. But we all need cortisol to function. It literally is the hormone that wakes you up in the morning. And then it gradually tapers down at night to help you feel sleepy. But with the constant stress, we all have stress in our lives, whether it's work, whether it's kids, aging parents, never ending to-do lists. Your cortisol rhythm can get flipped where you wake up exhausted. And sometimes you get a second wind at night, or you toss and turn when you finally go to bed. Or sometimes you wake up exhausted and you go to sleep exhausted. Like you're the person who your head hits the pillow and you pass out at night because you're so tired. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Yeah, like it happens to a lot of us, especially people in this age range. We have children that we're trying to take care of. We're trying to take care of ourselves. And some of us have aging parents that we're trying to take care of. We're constantly giving to everyone while trying to stay on top of our to-do list and cleaning the house and going to work. And it feels never ending. And you're just exhausted. The second reason why you might be tired all the time, even if you're getting a full night's sleep, is because your blood sugar can be imbalanced. And I talk so much about this throughout all of my programs, my one-on-one clients. Like, this is one of the main things that we focus on first because it's truly so important. When people think about blood sugar, most of the time you think about somebody who is diabetic, but its blood sugar affects every single person. And blood sugar stability is crucial to having energy. That 3 p.m. slump that you feel, where you feel like you're running home and you just have to make dinner and you want to like grab that cup of coffee because you're exhausted, that's often your blood sugar crashing after a morning full of caffeine and maybe like a quick breakfast. Breakfast is in quotes here, like a banana or a granola bar, because your meal isn't balanced. So when you're on that blood sugar roller coaster, your energy is on that same roller coaster. So it also, it creates the stress on your body. It puts stress on your adrenals. And again, it feels like you're being drained because it's literally draining your body. That is why balancing your plate and balancing your blood sugar is so super important. The third thing that I find is creating this feeling of exhaustion for most of my clients is poor mitochondrial function. So stay with me for a second. Your mitochondria are your cell's little energy factories, right? You can think of them as like their job is to turn food into fuel, but stress, nutrient deficiencies, and inflammation, all things that happen during perimenopause, can make them feel sluggish. So even if you're sleeping, you're eating, you're doing all the things right, you still wake up tired because your body isn't efficiently producing the energy that it needs. So then I've told you the 3 biggest reasons why you're possibly feeling exhausted all day and you're waking up feeling like you never went to bed last night. Let's talk about 3 daily shifts that you can do to feel better and reclaim your energy and wake up feeling less tired every day. Okay, so 3 practical strategies that you can start today. So strategy number 1 is to get some natural sunlight in the morning and some kind of movement, right? And now I know that's not possible for everyone. I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I live in New York. So getting sunlight at 5 o'clock in the morning in New York doesn't always happen. But what you can do is you can make sure that you're not picking up your phone. You're not getting that blue light. You're not watching TV. Just get up and start moving, even if you can't immediately go outside and get some morning light. And open up your curtains so that when the sun does come up, the light comes into the room and you're getting that morning light. You want that natural sunlight, ideally in your eyes within 30 minutes of waking up. And you want to preferably be outside, but I know that's not realistic for everybody. So if you can't get outside in the sun for 30 minutes, open the blinds, open the curtains, and let that sunlight into your house. And you want to try to pair that with gentle movement if you can. I know for most people, the idea of waking up early just to get in movement, they don't want to do it. They whenever I suggest it, they're like, I'm exhausted and you want me to wake up earlier? Are you crazy? But if you can, waking up just a couple minutes to do some gentle movement, right? Like stretching or a short walk, or at the very least, just like moving around and swaying side to side while you're making your coffee in the kitchen or something like that. That will help to reset your circadian rhythm, and it tells your body, hey, it's morning, wake up, time to make some energy. If you are in your 40s like I am, you remember those old Dunkin' Donuts commercials where the guy every morning is like, time to make the donuts. That's what I hear in my head when I hear time to make energy. And it's funny because sometimes I still do. When I wake up, my son, if he doesn't wake up with his alarm, I walk in, I'm like, okay, time to get out of bed, time to make the donuts. It's just, after all these years, it still sticks with me. So it must have been a really good advertisement. I don't know, but and please do not eat a donut for breakfast. It's going to cause your blood sugar to not be stabilized and work against you. But that's what I hear in my head when when I think, okay, wake up, let's make some energy. Um, but yes, so when you wake up, you want to make sure that you're getting some sunlight and just a couple minutes of movement. It doesn't have to be a long time. Just a few minutes will make a difference. And all of that brings me to strategy number 2, which is to eat a blood sugar stabilizing breakfast, not a donut. You can make yourself a smoothie, but you want to make sure that you're incorporating some greens in there, some fiber in there. A lot of people tell me, oh yeah, I had like a smoothie, maybe a protein shake you want to have instead of a smoothie. Because if you're having a smoothie, usually you're having like milk and some kind of fruit, and that is not a balanced meal. You want to make sure that you're balancing your plate. And you want to try more of a high protein breakfast with healthy fats and fiber. So maybe you're having like some scrambled eggs with like some spinach or avocado toast with some seeds on it with your scrambled eggs, things like that. Because when you start your day with a really blood sugar balancing meal, it's going to help to prevent that mid-morning crash that you have. And it's going to set you up to have energy for at least your morning and to stay on track for the rest of the day. Okay, so let's talk about strategy number 3, which is swapping like that hustle culture that maybe we had in our 20s for more of like the slower, restorative break type culture. Now hear me out, because I feel like a lot of you are going to log off here and say, I don't have time for breaks. I don't have time for this. Stick with me and hear me out for a second. Because midlife is not the time to push through with hustle culture. That's what leads to burnout. What your body needs now is nervous system support. So you don't need a lot of time to support your nervous system throughout the day. Something that I teach are quick and easy breathing techniques that you can do literally anywhere for just a few minutes to kind of give your nervous system that quick little reset that it needs, to remind yourself that, okay, it's time to slow down. I'm safe. I'm not in fight or flight. I can switch to rest and relaxation, even if I'm at work. And that will help to balance your nervous system also. So something as simple as like sitting down for a second, closing your eyes, and taking 4 slow breaths, like in for a count of 4, out for a count of 6. That will work. Or doing like box breathing. Every once in a while, I will go to the bathroom at work, and while I'm in the bathroom, I will just take a minute to do some box breathing, because it just gives me that shift that I need to stay calm and relaxed and focused. And if you do that like 3 to 4 times a day, just for 2 minutes, you're going to notice a difference in just a couple of weeks. And it sounds like it's something that might feel like too small to matter, but it's a micro habit. And these little micro habits help your body shift out of constant fight or flight and back into that energy creation mode that you want your body to have, so you have sustained energy throughout the day. Okay, so just want to say this clearly in case no one has told you today. You're not lazy. You're not just bad at adulting, and your body's not broken. So I just want to say that last one again. Your body's not broken. I firmly believe that your body can heal itself if it's given half the chance. You just have to give it half the chance. And that's something I teach all of my clients. You're not broken, because so many times people come to me and they're like, I just don't know what to do anymore. I have no energy. I'm exhausted. I'm overloaded. I'm on the verge of breakdown. And like, what do I do? I feel like I'm going to have a breakdown. your body's not broken. You just need to support it in the right way and in a way that works for you and your lifestyle. Okay. So you might be currently living in a body that's responding to stress, hormonal changes, nutrient gaps, and if we're being honest, some of us possibly years of like self-neglect because you've been too busy caring for everyone else. So you need to take a couple of minutes to focus on you. And I would not end this episode without talking about mental load because for so many people, myself included, mental load is a big thing. It's like carrying around an invisible weight on your shoulders, right? That constant running list in your mind, what everybody in your house needs, what you're making for dinner, who has practice when, who has a doctor's appointment, who needs a doctor's appointment, taking care of the pets, whether laundry's still in the washer, whether the bedrooms are being cleaned, right? There's always a to-do list running in your head, even if it's in the background. And that always on brain is mentally draining. It's not only mentally draining because your body feels it too. Your brain's using energy to manage logistics, emotions, and a million tiny decisions every single day that you don't even realize you're making. So it's no wonder that you feel tired all the time. That mental exhaustion is real, and mental exhaustion leads to physical exhaustion. So if you are somebody who constantly has that to-do list running in their brain, then yes, you're probably waking up tired every morning. I know that personally, I always have a to-do list running in the background. It's just something that, we do because we need to. If we don't have our to-do list, we're going to drop balls and, everything's going to fall to the floor. We need a to-do list. But when your brain is always on thinking about that to-do list, that is mentally draining, and that mental exhaustion leads to physical exhaustion. So please remember that you deserve to feel good. You deserve to have energy. You deserve to take care of yourself. And sometimes the thought of taking care of yourself on top of taking care of everybody else can just feel exhausting and like it's never going to happen. And it can feel overwhelming. But it all starts with small, consistent changes like the ones we talked about. And it starts with those micro habits and building on those micro habits with just a few minutes every single day. So if this is a topic that you want to go deeper on, and you need some real support with your meals or with your stress levels or with balancing your day-to-day activities, I would love to chat. I would love to just talk about how we can help you support your body. So please reach out to me. I'll put a link in the show notes so that you can reach out to me and we could do that. Because I know what it's like. I've been there. I've been in your shoes. I know what the exhaustion feels like, and I know how frustrating it is to wake up every morning feeling like you never went to sleep at night. So please remember that you don't have to fix everything overnight. Just pick one thing, just one, from today's episode. Something that you feel like you can add into your day without causing more stress. Maybe it's sunlight in the morning. Maybe it's swapping your breakfast for something that's a little more balanced. And try to implement it for the next 3 days. That's it. One shift. And then after you feel like you've got that down and you are managing well and that feels good to you, add on something else that's small. You don't have to overhaul your life all in one day. And I promise you, if you do that, you will be burnt out. Pick one thing that feels simple and sustainable, and start that today. So please remember, your body's not broken and you've got this. And I'm cheering you on every step of the way. Thank you for being here with me today. If this episode was helpful, I'd be so grateful if you left a quick review or shared it with a fellow mom who's been feeling run down. Until next time. I hope that you take care of yourself. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be doable. You've got this, and I'm here cheering you on every step of the way. If you found this helpful, share it with a mom friend who's ready to add a little more ease into their day. Remember to follow me on Instagram at holistically fit and healthy for more health and wellness tips. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.